Hey, AfterBuzzers, we're talking a Wag Wedding. Barbie and Sheldon, let's get the show started.
You're tuning into the destination for TV superfan discussion, AfterBuzz TV. And now, let the buzz begin.
If you don't know,
I'm Monica.
I'm Monica. Monica had the best part.
What you seem to be confused. Keep on acting like a fool.
Y'all, I'm Monica. That's Brandy. Hey, AfterBuzzers, welcome to the WAGS After Show. It is, of course, your favorite friend in your head, Shar Jossell, aka Shar Says So, and I got my girl sitting next to me. What's up, boo thing?
What's up, you guys? It's your girl Trene. You know what it is.
Yes, God.
You know, but you can follow me on Twitter and Instagram at your girl Trene.
Excuse me, it ain't time for that yet.
But they need to know because we're about to get into some juicy details.
Okay, now my phone is acting right. Jesse's not here with us today, guys, because he had a prior engagement. So if you watched last night's episode, like me, first of all, my one gripe, Trene, with this show, with this damn show, is it needs to come on earlier. It's like I watch my Basketball Wives at 8 p.m. and then I have to wait till 10 to watch WAGS.
Oh, I thought it came on at 9.
No, Kardashians come on at 9.
They need to switch that.
Or they need to put WAGS on at 7, honestly. Who's waiting up till 10? I mean, I love WAGS, but it's like, come on now. So this, if Trene, how did you feel about this episode? I just feel like there's not much to unpack.
Oh my gosh.
But there is.
I thought that this episode should have been called The Complete Diss. Because everybody was getting dissed left to right.
And it was good and shady.
Yeah. I mean, I honestly, the beginning was very slow and boring to me.
The whole damn thing, like last week, was so turned up. So we start out in this candy store that's actually right off of Rodeo Drive. Have you ever been inside of it?
No.
They do a lot of scenes there. I know that Real Housewives of Beverly Hills did a scene in this candy store. It's really, really popular.
Sugarfina or something?
Yeah, it's really, really popular. It's kind of upscale, like a Dylan's Candy Store or something like that, you know, over by the Grove. I want to try a champagne gummy bear, though.
I know.
That sounds so delicious. Have any of you all in the live feed have had champagne gummy bears? I'm like bouncing off the caffeine. So anyway, Barbie.
You know what? When I first started this episode, I'm like, she's going to regret ever inviting these girls to her wedding.
Yes.
Because
We have an opening scene, though, with these girls talking in the candy store where I ended up tweeting and I said, I'm with Barbie. Larry better not propose to Nicole during Barbie's wedding weekend. Like, Nicole ends up bringing this back up, this whole, thing, because it's Barbie's weekend and Barbie said that she wouldn't talk to Nicole. And I think last week we both agreed that that's tacky as hell to do. You don't do that. You don't propose during someone's wedding weekend.
Girl, well, after watching this episode, I was like, oof. Larry was not thinking about no ring, none of that.
And Barbie and Sheldon, so we're just going to jump right into it. They end up going to the Mexico thing where they're getting married. Their suite is gorgeous. Didn't you love it?
Los Cabos. Oh,
didn't you love it?
So beautiful.
I thought it was so funny how Sheldon was so like emotionally detached from everything and Barbie was all like, oh my God, it's gorgeous. And Sheldon was just like, just tell me where I'm supposed to be and what time. Like, he was, like, not here for it.
It was beautiful, though. And, I mean, I was definitely feeling the romance in the air with, the view from the ocean and the beautiful, like, scenery. I loved it.
So then we go to a scene. These scenes were so choppy. There was no threading. Where Autumn's talking to Saeed and she makes her famous sentence, I hope somebody fights. Now, what I admired about this scene is that Autumn was not tripping over this wedding. She accepted it for what it was. Barbie's not going to invite me. That is fine. I'm here with my man doing a photo shoot. Saeed is so handsome.
I knew you was losing it when you saw him take his shirt off. I know you were. I thought of you when I saw that. I was like, ooh, I'm sure Shar was over there like, somebody fan me up.
No, it wasn't that bad. But I just was like, damn, why does he have to be married?
I know. They were so cute, though. She kind of like took him out of his comfort zone. Like, he was a little shy, and then You know, she basically was like, babe, like you could tell he's like a good sport. Like,
yeah,
he's the kind of guy who, if she asked him to do something that's like a group setting between the both of them, he's gonna do it because he knows it's gonna make her happy.
And you can tell he's a good sport because when they have these conversations where he's incorporated into the scene, he's all for it. He seems to be the most active out of all of the WAGS partners, you know, out of Sean and Larry and all of them. Like, Saeed this season has really stepped up to the plate, and he does not mind dishing his opinion about these girls.
I know. He's like, babe, I'm just trying to tell you not to trip off them. Like, I could tell he was just a little bit, you know, annoyed at the fact that they didn't invite her, because he knows that Autumn has a good heart. He knows that she and Barbie have been friends.
Should have been there.
You know, beginning of time, and he knows that this is pretty foul. Like, the sister, Sophia, gets an invite.
Yeah.
But Autumn doesn't. Like,
and that was my thing. I tweeted last night, and there was someone who jumped in my mentions. I said, so Mercedes, let me get this straight. Mercedes can come to the wedding, but Autumn can't. And that's something that I was just like, if I were Autumn, I would be done with Barbie, wouldn't you?
Yeah, I mean, there's never been a point where I've seen Autumn reach across the table or throw drinks on anyone or slap anyone or throw her shoe at anyone. It's never been any of that case, so I don't see why
she's a gum bumper.
Yeah, I don't see why in like Barbie's mind she would think that it was going to be such this like chaotic situation when, girl, let me tell you, we saw some stuff popping off at the end, really just white trash. I'm sorry to say it, but I'm gonna say it. Complete white trash at the end of the show.
It was disgusting. Where was Tia this episode? I really like that damn girl.
She wasn't invited.
Well, I knew she wasn't going to be there, but I guess they had no way of incorporating her into the storyline for this week as well. So not to jump too far ahead, and I see that you have your notes jotted down. Mine, of course, are tweets. If you want to interject, I mean, you know, by all means, you know, this is a conversation, sis.
Girl, I honestly...
I'm jumping ahead to Mercedes calling Olivia.
Oh my gosh, so the whole time when she's all going on like, oh, you know, I'm
Sophia, I really do, but am I critical of them? Yes. I mean, that's what I'm here for, right? And a lot of the times they make questionable decisions and they get on my nerves because they don't speak up about their grievances. Like, that irks me.
Yeah.
So the thing that really got me was as soon as Mercedes told Olivia that he was not going to be able to make it, and she was doing all her, you're joking, right? And then her first initial response was, what am I going to tell Barbie?
Yeah.
Above all the things she could have pulled out of her hat to say, she goes, what am I going to tell Barbie? What did you think about that?
That was
coin, but what could he possibly have been doing? I don't know Mercedes Lewis until this show, and that's no shade. So what could he have possibly been doing to stop him from going to this wedding?
You know what? The thing with Olivia is, and with a lot of women that are in situations like this, they don't come up with questions. They're so in the moment. You know, you can be in a moment on the phone when someone tells you something, and in that moment you don't say it, but when you get off the phone or when
you get to thinking, we all have been there.
You're like,
oh my
dang,
gosh.
I should have said this. I should have, you know, I could have persuaded him to come. Like, I do
that with arguments.
You know,
when I was like in middle school, you know, when you go off on people, have to set somebody straight, then you get home and you're like, damn, I should have brought up that point that yada 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 yada. I've mastered it now.
So embarrassing.
Ain't no going back, man.
when she got to the table though, and her whole face was like sour and.
Well, see, okay, this is my thing. Now, I tweeted this and I asked I took a Twitter poll and I said, do you all think that Olivia is overreacting to Mercedes' abrupt no-show to Barbie and Sheldon's wedding? And 69% of you all who participated in the poll said no. 31% said yes. So it's kind of all over the place, but this girl ended up tweeting me and she said the reason why she felt that the first words out of Olivia's mouth were, oh my gosh, what am I going to tell Barbie, is because typically the bride and the groom, they purchase when it's time for the catering and the food, you say your +1 is coming, so we've purchased a place for your +1 to eat. But my thing is, they're such good friends, and I know Olivia's not hurting for cash. Just make it up. I personally didn't feel that Olivia was saying, what am I going to tell Barbie for the catering purposes. I felt like she was saying that for appearance purposes because I hyped this up.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Oh, poor Olivia though. It's like, and you know what's even so messy is that when Olivia got to the table, Sophia, if you could just like see Sophia's face, it's kind of like who knows if she was like, oh, I know why he can't come. Like, what if she knew? What if she knew the whole time as to why he couldn't come?
And another thing I didn't like is, and I say this often, I feel like on every after show we've talked relationships with, whether it be this show or another, I say this often, if you do not trust your partner, you ain't got no business being with them. Right? Wouldn't you agree?
Yeah.
The foundation of relationships is trust.
Very much
I just noticed we're kind of matching with our earth tones. But so when Olivia is sitting up here going through his tagged photos on Instagram and things like that, I'm just like, and I tweeted it last night, if you do not trust Mercedes, then you all need to go your separate ways. It's just that simple.
Sasha also pointed out too, she was like, you know, when I was dating Antonio, like the whole time, you know, I wanted to be with him. I wanted to, you know, I was so obsessed, but you know, you're going to drive yourself crazy if you, are doing that.
Anytime you invest that much into another human being, you will drive yourself crazy.
Yeah, it's like, why isn't he texting me?
Yes.
Oh, he's at the roof, Chris.
Yes.
And I'm not with him.
Ooh.
He told me that he liked.
Sounds good right now.
He told me that he liked red wine and he's over here drinking white wine.
Or is that someone else's glass?
Yeah. Or who is that girl? Like, there'll be a photo of him or whatever, and 50 feet away, the girl, who is that girl 50 feet away from him? Is that the girl that he is with instead of me? Like, it's a whole bunch of things that could spiral out of control when you take it to that level.
So then we jump ahead to Barbie's wedding setup, which was gorgeous with them setting everything up. It was just a little segue scene. But then Natalie makes this point, and I want to ask you whether you agree or not. They saw these guys, remember, sitting off into the horizon, if you will, and they thought that they were attractive. And Natalie then goes on to say, ew, any guy that uses a selfie stick, that takes away from his masculinity.
If they were tourists, no. If they were tourists, they can use a selfie stick if they want.
I'm on the fence about that.
I don't think that it has to do with you being feminine. Like, if you want to have a selfie stick, what if that was your first time in Mexico and you wanted to...
Right.
You know?
Men like taking pictures just as much as women do. Pictures are... But human beings like taking pictures. What is the big deal?
I don't think that has anything to do with being masculine or feminine. Like, you're traveling.
See, that's how Natalie, if you're watching, that's how you blocking your own damn blessings, messing around with Sean. You can have you a nice man who happens to have a selfie stick, but you think that compromises in whatever ignorant way his masculinity, and now look at you, butthurt on national television crying because this man don't want to show up to your birthday party and stuff and don't want to commit. So you don't think that selfie sticks take away from a man's masculinity?
No, but now if he's like, babe, I gotta take a picture everywhere. Like, if he's everywhere, you know, like taking the picture, like you said.
This takes away from his masculinity.
Yeah, the lip, the duck lips.
But I've seen some pretty fly guys with some selfie sticks.
Yeah, like if the guy is really Instagram popular, he wants to get his pics right.
Oh, God. Now that has nothing to do with masculinity or femininity, but that is barf worthy. You know, out here in these LA streets, those IG famous girls.
They do it, and those guys be doing it as well.
Save it. So then, this is the apex, the peak of the episode.
Ooh, I was like...
Sophia then messed around and left her phone at the table. Yeah, Lord.
Man.
And who calls?
Freaking Mercedes.
And who saw it?
Natalie. Now,
baby, talk about being caught between a rock and a hard place.
I know, because that's your cousin, and then that's your best friend cousin.
Right, yeah.
I feel like the dynamic, the relationship between Natalie and Sophia is like very weird.
It's more so cousin. You would feel like Natalie and Olivia are sisters.
Yeah.
And Sophia's the cousin.
Yeah, because like it just doesn't really seem like Natalie even really cares for Sophia like that. Like, it was like she was so disgusted.
Yeah.
So
I mean,
disgusted.
I would have been too. Now, I would have been caught between a rock and a hard place. What would you have done in that instant?
Ooh, I would have answered the phone. Like, why are you calling Sophia's phone?
And the guilt would have been if he would have hung up.
I know. That would have been the plot twist.
If he would have spoken and been like, "Oh, I'm just saying da." But if he would have hung up, that's telling you everything that you need to know.
Exactly. I honestly wish that she would have answered the phone, because that would have brought a whole different flow to the episode if she did.
Again, this is like a thorn in my side based on the way that Sophia was acting when she came in here in studio, acting towards Tia, and now look at her.
And she was all like, her face was so red when she got confronted. Like, she knew she was like in the wrong. She was in the wrong.
She was in the wrong.
She was in the wrong to be like, like she was
stop right. That's all, folks. Like all that stuttering. Girl, you can miss me with all of that because I'm gonna be side eyeing you the whole time, regardless.
She was acting hella dumb too. She's like, "We're family." Like, bitch, this is not no sister-in-law.
Family.
We're not married. Right?
Sophia. I mean, damn it, these girls' names. Olivia has a ring on it. That ain't no family. Your sister's boyfriend is not family. Well, I don't want to say, because, you know, some of y'all sisters been with their boyfriends for 12 years. That's family. But someone who just jumped into the scene 3 weeks ago is certainly not family.
Yeah, and you know, it's different because, like, I converse with my boyfriend's sister all the time. Mm-hmm. Whenever I'm having, like, you know, an issue or, you know, kind of just what I should do, sometimes I go to her for advice.
Regarding you all's relationship?
Well, not our but sometimes
that kind of crosses a line, Trene.
No, sometimes I'll be like, you know, I don't really know what to do in this aspect. Like, you know, things are a bit crazy. Like, sometimes she'll like mediate it if it gets like
and she'll advise you and things like that.
Yeah, but it's never been to where I'd be like, if it was a brother, I would be like, "Hey, bro, what's up, bro?" Like,
oh yeah, it's different when it's same sex. Like I said, I would never be in communication with my man if I had one. His brother, it just don't sit well with me. That ain't something that agree with my spirit. I mean, we could be like lightheartedly, but there's no. As soon as we get to exchange numbers, is fine. As soon as you start following me on social media and stuff like that, Facebook is fine, Twitter is fine. But when it gets to Snapchat and Instagram and so-and-so added you by phone number, ooh, no thank you.
She was like, "Did you even say that this was inappropriate?" He was
Caitlin
opening
Monroe
up.
is saying that, did you catch Sophia say he was opening up?
Ooh.
In what way? Because, you know, I have my theories.
Oh, my God. You stupid.
Get this still. Make it a meme, girls.
He was opening up. But no, Natalie made a good point. She's like, did you ever like say that, yeah, she could be jealous of it. Yeah, you're right, Robin. She could be jealous of her sister.
Sophia seems like that little, the younger sister who, you know, you're wearing my clothes, you're flirting. And something tells me that this isn't her first time doing this to one of, because she knows her sister. She know her sister, all she gonna do is talk shit to Natalie. My sister ain't never gonna say nothing to me. So I'm gonna keep doing what I'm doing. Exactly,
because she was like, don't you think that this is a little inappropriate? Did you even bring up, you know, the fact that this is inappropriate? Did you say that? No, yeah, I did. No, you didn't.
No,
like,
you didn't.
I don't think that you did. Like, you could have been like, look, Mercedes, like, I don't think this is right. Like, can you please stop texting me? Like,
cease all communication. I crossed the line when I invited you out to the bar. That's it.
You know, or she could have been a real sis and been like, sis, like, look, I know you like Mercedes and everything like that, but he's been like sliding in my DMs. He's been calling me.
That's
he's
the right
been texting
thing to do.
me. But instead, she's over here trying to be like friendly, trying to be that person that he confides in. I'm pretty sure, you know, I'm pretty sure that he sat up there and he probably was trying to go to advice to her about about Olivia. I feel like that is where it stemmed from. I really want to know where it stemmed from.
So then we go to the scene with Barbie and Sheldon getting ready for their wedding, which was such a filler to me. Like, we really didn't need to see this, but it was nice to see because that is what this episode was about. And I thought Sheldon was so cute, even though he fell into that gender role of, oh, just tell me where to be and what time. I want my man to be involved. Like, I don't need him being a groomzilla, so to speak, but I want my man to be involved. You are marrying the love of your life. I shouldn't have to remind you what time to be ready. We just did wedding rehearsals. Aren't I the love of your life? You should be eager. You should be thirsty to walk down that aisle.
Right.
So there was just little stuff where he was acting like caveman, 1950s, let me know. But they are so adorable to watch together. And I really do like, they're my favorite couple.
I know the note, when he left the note the night before the wedding.
I left a note in the hallway. Boom, boom.
That was so sweet.
Yeah, that was. Everybody started crying.
Yeah, it was just so sweet. The fact that he knows that this means a lot to
and there's
have a
power
union,
in the handwritten note.
Yeah, they say that that's what you should do when you want to show someone that you love them.
Power in that. So, don't dilly-dally with your dudes. I loved when Barbie said that. So then we jump to... I'm trying to figure out what they were talking. Oh, the confrontation, which I thought was so tacky to address at the wedding.
Yeah, I think Natalie could have honestly confronted the whole situation while they were sitting outside the time where they noticed the selfie stick. But to do that at the wedding...
That's what I mean by the Pearson girls. They always making bad decisions.
Yeah.
Questionable shit.
Yeah, and I mean... I know I said it was white trash. It wasn't white trash. White trash is Jerry Springer. Now that's white trash. I mean, at least there was no hair pulling like I predicted.
Still, this is not like any other scene. This is like for real. We're at my wedding.
Yeah.
Dude, we're at my wedding and there's commotion coming from the corner with the camera crew. Who wants to remember that?
Yeah, I know. It's embarrassing, and it's like, to have Olivia storm out the way she did, it's like...
And Olivia needs to stop storming out. I'm going to tell you the same thing I tell Tamar Braxton through the internet and the same thing I tell Lenethia Leaks through the internet. You need to address it head on. You storming out is not resolving anything. And I think the only way that this is going to be made right is if Sophia owns up to her mistake and is apologetic about it. And I want to see how this unfolds with Mercedes. I'm interested to see when they get back to the States how this is going to unfold.
Well, we saw how it's going to unfold.
I didn't see any teaser for next week.
I mean, whenever we're ready to go into
literally,
it.
it's off it goes off at 11 p.m. and then I have to be up at 5 a.m. on Mondays. Like, I don't remember I don't even know if I stuck around for the teaser.
But I just want to say that Natalie is a really true friend. Like, the fact that she, was like, you need to tell her, and you're going to tell her now. Like, she grabbed her, the way she grabbed her, she's like, you're going to tell her now. Like, that was, like, realness to me.
Inappropriate. Do you all think it was inappropriate? Please let us know. I think there's a time and a place for everything, and that was not the time or the place.
Well, next episode is going to be even more crazy. Oh, let's talk about Larry.
Please.
So Larry doesn't even seem like...
I was just about to say, speaking of next episode...
Yeah, Larry doesn't even seem like he wants to be on the show.
I don't think a lot of these athletes do. It's kind of like one of those things like, it's fine if my wife is doing it. Like the basketball wives, It's fine if my wife is doing it. But I don't, like, this ain't Peter Thomas and Apollo Nida, whatever his name is. This ain't that type of situation.
Yeah.
These guys, a lot of them still have careers. It's not like they're retired athletes, which would be different.
Yeah.
A lot of these guys are still on teams and free agents and renewing contracts and things like that. And they ain't trying to be lost in the sauce of some reality show running around with their not wife.
I know.
To be forever documented. When something's on the TV, it's there forever.
Yeah, because... just his whole demeanor just kind of seems like he has his head down. He not
seemed
really
very irritable
talking.
this episode.
I don't think that he was irritated. I just genuinely think he doesn't want to be on this show. That's what he's giving me.
What do you mean, where is Drea? Drea's not on the cast of WAGS. Oh, do you mean for Basketball Wives? She didn't come back for season 5. We'll talk. Tweet me.
Yeah.
But I just think that he seemed very, very irritable when Nicole did her usual, banter about weddings.
Yeah.
He seemed like he had clocked out.
She was like,
but she was feeling it. It'd be wedding fever.
She caught the bouquet, or someone else caught it, and she grabbed it. Did you?
I don't remember that.
Yeah, it was like...
Girl, I was watching this with one eye open.
It literally was like the bouquet was thrown and then someone caught it and then she grabbed it and she's like... she's like so excited. And, the girls made a good point. They're like, she's becoming really obsessive of this. Well,
to me, she's been like that all season.
Yeah. And
she's been very obsessive.
I'm wondering when it comes back down to it, when all the girls are together... are they gonna run to Barbie and be like, girl, like, she wasn't even excited for your wedding the whole time? She kept talking about the fact that she's wondering when Larry's gonna propose to her. Larry, you know, we took a walk on the beach and it just kind of seems like he's been distant. I don't know why he's distant, but girl, we gonna figure out.
And like I told her when she was here, a man, what does he have to work for? I told, and Nicole even said this. Correct me if I'm wrong. She said something along the lines of, if she could go back, she would do things differently as far as their courtship and them, you know, being together. Because my thing is, what are you giving Larry to look forward to? Y'all already live together. I'm sure you're sexually active. What is there that this man is to look forward to? Not saying that it's all about the man. I don't need everybody, but I'm just saying, if you want to get proposed to, if marriage is your ultimate goal, what are you giving him that he has not already seen or experienced with you?
Yeah, you know,
to make him want to marry you.
It's crazy that you said that, because Sasha was like, whatever you do, you cannot make a man want to marry you.
Of course, that's common sense.
It doesn't matter how great you make his tea, how
specific you are with those squirts of lemon.
It doesn't matter, but it's just the fact that he didn't want to be on the show. Yeah, that's what it was. I mean,
do you think she really wants to be married, or does she? Do you think she likes the pageantry of it? I think she really wants to be married.
I think she loves. I mean, I see them on Instagram, and they look like they're so much in love.
Yeah, they're all on vacation. They've been on vacation for like ever since she left here. I feel like she hopped on a plane and was like, "We're going to Ibiza for a month and a half."
Right?
Yeah. They've been out. But still, it's things like that. We're going on vacation together. I know that when we land back in the States or wherever, you know, when we get back home, it'll be us going back home. I know that you will cook my meals. I know that you will likely wash my laundry. And I'm doing this for you, and you're doing this for me. So what is she giving him to look forward to? That's my question. Like, it would make common sense coming from her standpoint, how I think she sees it. It would make sense to, you might as well lock me down. I mean, I'm here. But from his point of view, I imagine that he's like, for what? Your ass ain't going nowhere.
And the way she was following him around, like the wedding, like she was like, ah! Like it was kind of like, Larry, come here, like kind of thing. Like, you know, I know that it doesn't have to be. It's not like that in the real relationship. I don't think so. I just think that the show is just trying to make it seem like this is an example of one girlfriend who's pressuring her man to marry him. What is his attitude going to be like? So, of course, you know, it's going to be like that. Nicole has no name, no mystery. That's not true.
Now, Asha, I think that's how it's pronounced. Asha, I think that is a good point. Nicole, I feel like she had, well, I wouldn't say no game. Oh, I don't know about her game.
Oh, no game.
She says no game, no mystery, and seemingly no self-confidence.
Oh, okay. I didn't even read that correctly.
It kind of stings, but especially the no mystery aspect.
Yeah, you gotta.
What you see is what you get.
Right. I mean, she's made it known, like, she doesn't even try to like get Larry to even make the move. It's like she's like, you're gonna marry me? You're gonna do it? You're gonna what? Like right now, like, you know. And it is true. Like whatever. It doesn't matter if you guys been together for 4 years. Sometimes you got to keep that mystery going. And if you guys think that's the same thing, comment below. Like, do you think that if you're in a relationship for more than a year, that the mystery has to continue, or do you think that because you're with the person for out that whole time that you don't have to really try as much? Leave those comments below.
That's a good one. I feel like you gotta always keep relationships interesting, whether you are legally binded by marriage or if you all are just dating.
And maybe that's why we don't specifically know if they have threesomes, but maybe that's why.
What someone was alleging, and I didn't want to say that, but someone was alleging that in there. I don't know what goes on in the boudoir.
Yeah, but maybe that's why she's so comfortable. I mean, she seems comfortable and confident when there's girls practically like.
Oh yeah, let's not forget the Olivia spanking scene.
Yeah, so you know. But next week, can we go into predictions? Are you ready?
Oh, I'm ready.
Are you ready?
Let's go into predictions.
Because...
And now, your AFTERBUZZ TV predictions.
I'm just wondering if this is going to be like one of those situations where it's those example of thoughts. because thoughts are those hoes over there for some of you that don't know. Because next week's episode, Tia, she's at the pool with some other woman. I don't know if she's a model or anything like that, but pretty much she was like, girl, you know, Larry, she's like, yeah, like, you know, I know who Nicole is.
I did see that. Like, Nicole stole Larry from me.
Yeah, like,
essentially.
Yeah, and she's like breaking down in tears, and then
which you also have to be careful about, because how you get them is how you lose. Yep. LA, that's exactly what I just said. How you get them is how you lose them. If you're going around being scandalous, quote unquote stealing, I still don't believe in the concept of stealing a man.
Yeah, Law said Nick was a side chick for damn near a year. Dang.
Ooh,
and she swooped
with
through.
The anonymous tea.
Dang, we don't know.
How you get them is how you lose them. So you have to be careful with the way that you approach these budding relationships.
Yeah, because it was so crazy, because at the dinner table, when they all went to dinner, I can't wait to see who set that up. She was like, you know what? Like, I was with him for 3 years. And she's like, how is that even possible when I was with him for 4 years?
Well, I can tell you how it's possible, because 1 + 1 don't equal Sugarfoot in this situation. I'm ready for next week, though, and I feel like it's going to get really, 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 really juicy. This episode was dud, though, honestly.
Yeah, and then to continue off of Olivia, she's like, 2 strikes, you're out.
Girl, bye. I don't believe that.
She starts throwing the clothes. How do you feel? Okay, if somebody bought you some clothes, right, that you were dating, would you throw them out?
If a man gifted me with clothing and we broke up, would I throw the clothing out? Absolutely not.
Ladies, comment below, because
would you throw them out?
No, I thought that was stupid.
I like clothes
like,
too much.
She's like, and these boots that he bought me, like, she's throwing them out. This stupid jacket.
See,
like,
if clothing, if I don't know if that's a pride thing. Do you all think that Trene and I are tacky because we wouldn't throw away the clothes? Because I wouldn't, especially if it's something of extravagance. I'm not cutting up no red bottoms. I ain't throwing no YSL purse away. For what?
I mean,
for what? Oh wow, La is spilling all of the tea.
Ooh.
All right, guys. Well, we're gonna go ahead and wrap this thing up. You can find me at, well, actually, I'll let you go first. Where can they find you, Trene?
Well, you know, I'm your girl Trene. You can find me on Twitter and Instagram at your girl Trene.
And of course, you know, you can find me at Shar Says So everywhere. And we will catch you all next week. And hopefully it's a juicier episode. Sorry this was such a snooze. See you next week, guys.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.
Oops.
Oh, well, shoot. I did it by myself last episode. Are you staying for Love and Hip Hop?
Mm-mm.
Yo, West LA ass.